This week on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank, we're in the home stretch to the playoffs in many sports, and we have the big game highlights. We'll see Campo Lindo take on Clayton Valley in basketball, De La Salle, California baseball, and American at Washington also in baseball.
We will have the extra inning softball game with Amador Valley and Livermore, soccer with Leland and Branham, plus the story of the Peninsula catcher looking to preserve the past to protect our future. It's all right now on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We are so happy to be back at the NBC Sports Studio here at the beautiful Levi Stadium.
It's so nice in here.
We're home.
Yes.
All right,
exactly.
This week we start off with the West Catholic League, where the South Division is very competitive, with St. Francis and Mitty at the top.
The Lancers with a one-game lead over the Monarchs starting this week. The team's playing a three-game series this week. The Lancers winning at home Tuesday. Here's action from Games 2, played at Mitty Thursday afternoon.
Adrian Soriano in San Jose as St. Francis takes on Mitty. Johnny Tarantino gets it started with a fly ball to right. That clears the wall for a solo blast. The Lancers get one more run and it's 2-0 St. Francis. But Mitty answers back in the home half. Zach York hits it deep to right as Jaron Advincula scores. The Monarchs get another and it's tied at 1-1. Bottom two and Matthew Halbeck lines it to left. That will bounce all the way to the fence as Dominic Juffer comes in, 3-2 Mitty. Now 4-3 Mitty in the third for Advincula, who smokes one to left for a base hit. Marcus de Guzman scores, 5-3 Monarchs. Then a few batters later, Jufre hits it high and deep to left. It is out of here, a 3-run home run for Dominic, and it's 8-3 Mitty Monarchs. Chris Devaletti caps off an 8-run inning for the Monarchs with a shot off the left field fence. Antonio Cabrera and de Guzman comes in, and it's 12-3 Mitty after 3. Bottom 6 and Halba gets into the home run party with a 2-run blast to left field as the Mitty Monarchs win big to stay all alone in first place in the West Catholic South Division.
Final game for Redwood and Marin Catholic. Allie Williams here with the highlights. Marin Catholic playing as the home team, and it was a pitcher's duel all day. Annabelle Tepperson coming off 12 straight perfect innings. She strikes out the first batter, but Maddie Softness drives one to the fence to break up that streak. Wildcats get out of the inning unscathed, but then they had to face a spectacular Sadie Leonard. Leonard strikes out 6 of the first 9 batters and starts her outing with 3 perfect innings. A couple chances. Top second, Redwood's Kayla Sparler shoots one through the gap. Some heads-up base running as Kayla reaches second. She'll get to third and a chance for the Giants, but Kylie Koch with the lightning fast reflexes at third to end the inning. To the 6th, Redwood runner on second. Morgan Bello chips it to the outfield. The runner is heading home, and the throw from center fielder Mia Pomponio is right on the money. Jordan McLaughlin makes a tag, and we stay scoreless going into the bottom of the 6th. Here it's Kira DeLacy on base for who else but Annabelle Tepperson, and she unloads. The precision on the mound and the power at the plate for Annabelle Tepperson. Marin Catholic now has a 2-run lead. Last chance for the Giants, and of course, Redwood's pitcher Sadie Leonard launches one to the fence. It barely stays in, and Leonard has a double, but Annabelle Tepperson finishes it off with her 12th strikeout of the day. The Wildcats finish on top of the Marin County League standings with their 2-0 win. Sparkling pitching from both Annabelle Tepperson and Sadie Leonard.
Antonio Formoso celebrating senior night as Hillsdale hosts Aragon. The Fighting Knights with a powerful start. Oliver Crank flies in for the rebound and hits the fadeaway 12-5 Hillsdale. But the Dons go on a 7-point run. Lucas Yu kicks it out to Troy Johnson. Johnson puts 3 on the board. Then it's Murphy Caffo with a physical fight for the bucket. Dons erase the early night lead to lead it by 1 after 1. In the second, Jordan Hauser sees a lot of open space in front of him, makes the Dons pay for it. Hillsdale once again grabs the lead, but Aragon being menacing on the board. Johnson with a backwards layup. That was a nice shot, and teammate Amrit Sharma spins his way in for 2 more, 26-25. Aragon leads it at the half. But the Hillsdale seniors bring the passion in the second half of senior night. Jonathan Wise 4-2. Derek Gann passes to Oliver Crank, who converts for the 3-point play. The Fighting Knights score 21 in the third period. Calvin Mater-Clark at the elbow. The pass from Brett Loy. Mater-Clark with 14 second half points. This guy was clutch for the Dons in the second half as well. Caffo tops off the night with 24 points, but the night belongs to the Knights. Loy, the inbound pass to Crank. Ollie scores 29 on his senior night as the Knights are dubbed Peninsula South League champs.
The Silver Creek Seniors honored before their game with Branham. The Bruins off to a fast start. Maya Madrid hitting 2 early threes for Branham. Maya had 3 in the game. Toss it down low to Quinn Godfrey, and that's always a good idea. Quinn had a big night for Branham. And now here's Quinn again off her own miss. Godfrey with a strong rebound and the putback. Branham up by 10 in the first quarter. But the Raiders fight back. Senior Logan Jew with a smooth move to the bucket. Logan great for 4 years at Silver Creek. On the run now, it's Jew ahead to Caitlin Cadigal, who lays it in, and it's a 2-point game in the second. But Branham starts to pull away again. Telly Doe circling into the lane and scooping it home. Nice play there. Branham back up by 9. But the Raiders keeping it close. Paris Keia driving, gets the bucket and 1. And then sharp shooting from the corner is Cadigal, and we're tied at 33 all. But it was all Branham from there. Ball fake and a nice drive to the rack for Rebecca Sung. And the foul as the Bruins controlling much of the second half. Caitlin Williams from deep and nailing the 3. She's a freshman. Branham wins it to go 9-2 overall. Godfrey with 22 points, 18 rebounds for Branham.
Each week, we present the Players of the Week in a rap produced by the Hip Hop Department at the Rikers Center.
They do such a great job. Here are the Players of the Week.
Yeah, Rikers Center, 49ers Cal High Sports Report. Your Players of the Week. Wait a minute, y'all peep Campolindo's Cade Bennett? He put teams in deep water and makes them wade in it. De La Salle is out here wishing they played tennis. He was all over the net like can't display image. With 26 points, included 6 3-pointers. Answering every challenge like a quick rejoinder. Took a gamble like he trained spinning slots and hoisted what ended up being the game-winning shot. Here we go for senior hooper Lydian Lee. She goes above and beyond, definitively. In the mode of Lydian, her game is really in key. For Lynbrook, her jumper wet like the Caribbean Sea. They took a brilliant lead after a 10-point deficit. Left defenders crossed up like men who joined the Jesuits. We even need to preface it, she was the scholar athlete. Make a college draft seat sound like a solid jazz pick. You heard it, Ramen Jamal, Trigger D, Bennett Rock for your Players of the Week.
Stevens Creek Chevrolet brings us the Spirit Corner each week.
This week featuring the Spirit Squad from Los Lomas. Coming up, our first monster game tonight as Salesian battles St. Ignatius.
And the red hot Fremont Firebirds Battle Gun. This is 49ers Cal High Sports presented by US Bank.
This is the gap that opened up when everything shut down. But entrepreneurs never stopped and found solutions that kept them going. At US Bank, we can help you adapt and evolve your business, no matter what you're facing. Because when you close the gap, a world of possibility opens. US Bank, we'll get there together.
When I first came here, my goal was to be a contributing player on my high school's JV football team. The center actually not only helped me achieve my goals, but exceed in what I initially set out to do. I was able to continue playing football professionally through a lot of the things that I learned at the Rikers Center. The Rikers Center is a place to help you achieve your goals and then, tailor it to whatever the person's goals might be.
1, 2, 3.
Get ready to cheer for your next new or used car at Stevens Creek Chevrolet.
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
We're ready to make your buying experience safe and easy. Come to our dealership to see and test drive one of hundreds of great Chevrolet cars and trucks. Or you can go online to shop, order, and have your new car delivered right to your door. So get fired up for a great deal right here at
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
Go to SB Live California as your destination for the very best in local high school sports coverage online. SB Live brings sports fans exclusive articles, highlights, coaches, polls, and photo galleries. Get the SB Live app for the latest scores from games played all around the Bay Area and California. This season, SB Live brings you exclusive content in partnership with 49ers Cal High Sports. Follow us at SB Live CA on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. SB Live, the Bay Area's first destination for the latest in high school sports.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Invisalign, transforming smiles, changing lives. By Stevens Creek Chevrolet, find new roads. By Wingstop, order Wingstop's new all-in bundle, just $19.99. See wingstop.com for restrictions and details. And by Cupertino Electric, the company delivering power and possibilities and celebrating student athletes making a positive impact.
Welcome back to Levi Stadium with this week's first Monster Game featuring two top girls basketball programs, Salesian from the NCS and St. Ignatius from the CCS.
The two teams meeting in a Monday night contest in San Francisco. It's the Monster Game, and our Courtney Tate was there.
I'm here at St. Ignatius High School where the girls varsity basketball team looks to take on the undefeated Salesian Pride. The Wildcats will be playing with a full roster tonight after missing a couple of their best players, including Tatiana Newsome. So tonight makes this a much more competitive matchup. And the Pride is being led this season by Sylvia Fanangaloa, who had 14-8 against Camp Alindo last week. The 6'1" center likes to score from all areas of the court, and she's a tough defensive assignment for any team. We'll see who takes the win tonight in this week's NCS Monster Game. The Pride heating up early in a VIC to Alexandra Olivaro knocks down the three. Salesian up early 5-2. Still in the first, Georgia Pernares dumps it into Via Fanangaloa. Oh, she just muscles her way to the basket. She gets the layup, and Pride up 7-5. Wildcats answer back, battle for the rebound right here, but Jackie Ocasa just cleans it up, puts St. Ignatius up by 2. St. Ignatius up 8-7. The Wildcats kept their foot on the gas in the second. Here's Sabrina Ma following her shot, gets the rebound, makes a tough shot, putting St. Ignatius back up 17-10. Still in the second, Jackie Ocasa drives baseline, kicks it out to Molly Ennis. She takes the corner three. It's good. Wildcats up 25-17. And now in the third, St. Ignatius with a commanding 41-27 lead. But here's Isla Reyes driving hard to the basket. She hits the floater, cuts the lead to 12 going into the fourth. And the Pride just kept chipping away at the lead in the fourth. Here's Diane Bernstein going up strong and one. Wildcats up 43-34, and the Pride run continued. Here's Alexandra giving it to Via Fanangaloa down low. Pump fakes and goes up, gets the basket. Pride have their first lead of the game, up 46-45, but the Wildcats fight back late in the fourth. Here's Peyton King driving hard to the basket. She finds Sunja Elsie, who puts the Wildcats back up 47-46, but Via Fanangaloa has a huge fourth quarter. She hits another layup, 11 points in the fourth. The Pride with a big comeback win, 56-49. Here's Via Fanangaloa on that comeback win.
I think we all came out like we were all struggling during the first half and the third quarter. And I feel like we all came out with intensity the fourth quarter. Our bench was louder than ever, and the bench really gave off energy, not just to me, but to our whole team. And we all just got it together. And I feel like once we started getting foul calls on our end, we all started getting hype, and the energy just went up from there. And I felt like we all just came together as a team at the end, and we all just played ball.
In San Francisco with this week's NCS Monster Game, I'm Courtney Tate, 49ers Cal High Sports.
The coaches and umpire meeting at home plate as Gunn takes on first place Fremont. The Firebirds looking good early. Lucas Huchert sends this one deep to right center all the way to the wall. Huchert racing into third, and that is a triple. Next batter is Joseph Aguilera, who rolls it just past the shortstop. Scoring is Huchert, and Fremont has a 1-0 lead. Later in the second, Samik Singh loops this one to shallow center field. Aguilera scores 3-0 Firebirds. Still in the second, Danny Moreno sends a rocket to the fence in left center field. Josh Shue and Singh score, and it's 5-0 Fremont after 2. Danny Moreno retired the first 9 batters he faced and made this great catch on the line shot right back at him. But the Titans get on the board in the fourth. Quentin Starling scorches this one to left center. Charlie Degeler scores, and it's 5-1. Still in the fourth, it's Landon Siders lacing it down the left field line past third. The runner is safe at third. Siders has a double. A run later scored on a fielder's choice 6-2 Fremont. The Firebirds get a run here on Danny Moreno's squeeze bunt, perfectly placed. Ryan Kao scores and Fremont leads 7-2 in the bottom of the fourth. But Gunn draws closer in the fifth. Corey Halata got a Halata that one, sending it all the way to the fence in left center. Racing around third and scoring is Carson Leclerc, part of a 3-run Titans fifth. But the Firebirds tighten it up from there as Singh makes a terrific catch, and Fremont goes to 10-2 on the season with a 2-game lead with 3 games to play.
Adrian Soriano in Concord for Carondelet's senior game against California. The Cougars would take set 1, Alyssa Ocampo to Angela Ates to Ava Merton, who smashes it to the wood. Carondelet wins 25-14. The Grizzlies trying to rally back in set 2. Natalie Pete over to Peyton Lee to Genevieve Bain for the monster kill. Then how about some Grizzlies D? Jordan Gaze jumping up high for the block, and it's 22-17 Cal. But Carondelet answers back. Stella Tuffley on the bump, Gwyneth Parker-Wong on the set, and Katie McNiff on the finish. Then it's Lauren Ates coming up with a big ace here, and Carondelet wins set 2, 26-24. California starts set 3 on a good note. Pete to Lee to Addie Paul, and Addie crushes this one for the point. The Cougars would keep the set close though. Tuffley to Parker-Wong to McNiff for the monster kill. The Grizzlies answer back. McKenna Keown with the bump, Lee with the set, and Paul with the point. But Carondelet had answers to every California attack. Ocampo to Angela Ates to Avery Ehrlich, who puts it away as Carondelet wins it in 3 sets to go to 6-1 in the East Bay League.
Valley Health Plan and the San Jose Earthquakes bring us the soccer players of the week.
This week's Girls Soccer Player of the Week is Macy Padilla from St. Francis. Macy was amazing in the frame for the Lancers with 5 saves. The Boys Soccer Player of the Week is also from St. Francis. This is Thomas Rios, the Lancer goalkeeper. Thomas had 10 saves in the Lancer game last week. Albany's Construction is the leader in construction for major projects all across the state.
Each week, Albany's brings us the dirty work play. Doing the dirty work this week has to be Anthony Yu from Lynbrook, leaping over the catcher, then diving in safe at the plate in the Vikings game last week. Anthony Yu going viral this week, doing the dirty work just like Albany's Construction.
Cal Hope is working to make it easier for teens to battle through the emotional stress of the pandemic.
Here's this week's Cal Hope mental health tip.
Call your healthcare provider if anxiety interferes with your daily activities. It's okay to ask for help. Your doctor can help you make the right play and deal with your worries and concerns during these challenging times. We're all going through this, so you're not alone.
Coming up, we head to the Mission Valley League as James Logan hosts Washington.
And the Crystal Springs catcher preserving history to prevent it from repeating itself. Our U.S. Bank inspirational feature is next.
People always ask me what I got on. They be like, hey, Brandon, what you got on? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Invis is everything braces isn't. More comfortable, fewer emergency appointments. Invisalign.
It's understandable to feel anxious, stressed, or lonely because of COVID-19. Physical separation, your own health, and the health of friends and family can weigh heavily on you. Call a timeout on work. Get a game plan for mental wellness with crucial mental health resources from Cal Hope. We'll help you carry the ball. Call 1-833-317-HOPE to talk to someone who can help, or visit calhope.org. Cal Hope, official partner of the San Francisco 49ers.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we are in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Since 1974, there's been just one goal. One thing we work for. The pursuit binds us together and pushes us forward. One family with one mission. To win for this city. Vamos, San Jose.
Invis is everything braces isn't. Eating the foods you love, life uninterrupted. Invisalign.
Hi, I'm Jaron Edwards, a guard from Bishop O'Dowd, and you're watching Cal High Sports.
We are back at the NBC Sports Studios with a battle in the Mission Valley League. Washington coming into the week tied for the second place spot with a 3-1 league record.
The Logan Colts looking to climb up the standings with a win over the Huskies Wednesday night.
Courtney Tate here at James Logan, where the boys varsity basketball team looks to take on the visiting Washington Huskies. Starting here in the second, Colts down by 1. Logan Balzer just kicks it out to Makayo Mims. 2 dribbles, pulls up, knocks down the floater. James Logan has the lead 16-5. Now later in the second, Kobe Hawkins drives to the basket, kicks it out to Noel Narte. Beautiful shot, Colts up 21-17 before the half. Now in the third, the Huskies turning up on defense. Jordan Edmonds comes up with the steal on the fast break, keeps it himself, makes a beautiful pass to Alexander Murray. An easy bucket, Colts up 25-19. Still third quarter this time. Aaron John catches it in the left corner, sinks the 3, cuts the lead to 2. James Logan up 32-30. Now in the fourth, Alex Martin comes down with it, but Makayo Mims is there again for another steal. Uses his body, gets the easy bucket. Colts up 36-32. James Logan still with that defensive tenacity comes up, and Mims again with another steal, keeps it himself all the way to the hole. Filet, Colts up 38-32. Later in the fourth, Washington not going down with the fight. Edmonds, 1 dribble, pull up, bang! 3 points for Jordan, and he in the lead's cut to 3. James Logan with the response. Kobe Hawkins down the middle of the lane, puts it up and in. Colts back up 44-41, but Washington still fighting here late in the fourth. Alex Martin with the ball at the top of the key, takes it all the way to the basket, cuts the lead back down to 3. Colts up 46-43, but finally James Logan just played tough defense to the very last minute. Marcelo Fong steal and the layup, that'll do it. James Logan takes the win 48-43. Makayo Mims leads the way with 14 points.
Senior day for Amador Valley and their parents ready to take on Livermore. The Dons won the first meeting and off to a good start in this one as Elena Helms takes it down the right field line, scoring Hannah Kramer. 1-0 Dons. You get a pat on the head for that. 2-0 in the second as the Cowboys come back. Pitcher Taylor Rodriguez drops this one into shallow left. Scoring is Elizabeth Ruiz. It's 2-1. Cowboys looking for more, but Amador goes Hannah Kramer to Allie Kim to Elena Helms. That's a good-looking double play right there. Top 3 now is Livermore's Ann Pulaski sends it deep to left into the shadows. There at the base of the fence, it drops in, and the freshman is really fast. It's Pulaski rounding third and heading home safe with a head-first slide, and we're tied at 2-all. The Cowboys take the lead later in the third as Brianna Kaysen sends a rocket to left center. Racing around to score is Sarah Curling, and the Cowboys take a 3-2 lead. But that disappears with 1 swing of the bat in the fifth as Allie Kim sends this one high and deep to left. It's over and out. A 3-run shot for Kim as Amador Valley takes a 5-3 lead. You get lots of pats on the head for that. Last chance for the Cowboys in the seventh. 2-on-1 out for freshman Jake Cosgriff, who sends a rocket to left center. It goes to the fence. Scoring is Curling and Hannah Whitelock, and we're tied at 5-all after 7. The Dons looking to rally, but a great play by Livermore's Kaysen, and we go extra innings. 2-out runner at third for the Cowboys in the ninth. The ball is popped to short right. Kramer makes the catch and fires to the plate to get the runner at home, and we go to the 10th. Bases loaded as the pitcher Rodriguez clutches up and shoots it up the middle. And when the ball gets by the fielder, everyone is running. Covgriff scores. Here comes Ruiz, and all the way from first with blazing speed is Caitlin Aguilar, and the Cowboys celebrate, taking an 8-5 lead. Next batter is the catcher Taylor Rapp, and Taylor wraps it to deep center to the base of the fence. Rodriguez slides. She was falling anyway, and Livermore has a 9-5 lead. The Cowboys go on to win it 9-6 in 10 innings in a thrilling game. Rapp talks about what the win means for her team.
Today meant everything to us. We knew today was going to be the toughest last game of our season, so everybody showed up, everybody was loud, the dugout was loud every single inning, and even though we made some errors, we came back with our bats and we just did everything that we could to take the W, and we were successful, and that's all that matters.
What an exciting game that was, and just 2 really good teams.
Awesome. Yeah, they went the distance.
And more.
All right, U.S. Bank brings us stories each week of inspirational athletes who amaze us in all sorts of ways.
Allie Williams has the story of a Peninsula baseball player honoring his grandparents by creating awareness around an important moment in history.
Evan Schreiber has a knack for knowledge, but his work in Japanese American history stems from a very important family connection.
Curiosity. It drives our passion for knowledge and growth. For Evan Schreiber, it also creates purpose. Evan is a senior at Crystal Springs Upland School in Hillsboro. He never stops learning, whether he's in the classroom or on the field.
When you're a catcher, everything from like pitch sequencing to pitch framing, like being a base runner, you know, trying to figure out pitchers' timing so you can see on them hitting. It's all these mind games.
Evan's curiosity has also paved a way for this catcher to dive into his family's history. He currently volunteers at the Japanese American Museum of San Jose. Evan's work with the museum is sparked on a very personal level.
I am a third-generation Japanese American. Evan is fourth generation. And both of my parents, his grandparents, were interned in internment camps during World War II.
When the 120,000 Japanese Americans were told to be evacuated from the West Coast, there were 15 assembly centers where they were temporarily housed until the 10 concentration camps were being built.
Whether you're an American citizen or not, was sent to the internment camps. As his grandmother, I find it very important that he know our history.
Grandfather Roy's family was sent from Yuba County to Tule Lake, then to another camp in Colorado. Grandmother Mario's family was forced to San Bruno. They were later transferred to a camp in Utah. Evan's grandparents still stay active in the civil rights community. Evan has a passion for history, government, and policy. While the pandemic forced the Japanese American Museum of San Jose to temporarily shut its doors, Evan is working to set up a virtual tour.
The museum tries to cover most of Japanese American history. One of my favorite parts of the museum is they mocked up a barrack from Tule Lake. All the sort of cabinets in bed were actually taken from the camps by families. If you looked at some of the cabinets, like they were made out of cardboard. It was them just sort of making what they could have out of what little they had.
Our mission is really simple. It's CPS, to collect, preserve, and share the Japanese American history, culture, and arts with the Greater Bay Area.
Evan hopes more people take the time to learn about the history and impact of Japanese Americans. Evan believes learning about our past can help make a difference in our future for people of all backgrounds.
I think that you need to not only sort of learn about history and what's happened in the past, but also sort of the circumstances. There are a lot of sort of similarities in the, I guess, xenophobia and just general like hysteria that can be created around immigrant groups. That sort of has existed throughout all of America's history, and Japanese American incarceration was just one example of that happening. So using that example is really good to apply to the way that we treat immigrants today.
I think it's very important for Evan and the generation of people to take the initiative to study and to understand and to spread the word.
History has a tendency to repeat itself. And this story is specifically about the Japanese and Japanese Americans, but I think in today's light of what's going on, it's relevant to all of us.
Evan will continue learning and sharing both his family heritage and the knowledge he's gathered along the way to be a positive influence in the days ahead.
Evan will continue his curiosity at Stanford University next year, where he will keep working to have an impactful role in a better future. Aubrey and Robert, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Wingstop brings us the Wings of an Angel honor each week, where a student athlete talks about their favorite teacher.
Here's San Ramon Valley's Elise Wilkerson talking about her favorite teacher, Nicholas Meyer.
My favorite teacher at San Ramon is Mr. Meyer. He's my AP Calculus AB teacher, and he's absolutely fantastic. He shows up every morning first period with lots of energy, and he's super supportive of all of his students. He makes sure that we all understand every concept, and he's a really great teacher.
Our Wings of an Angel teacher will receive a Wingstop gift card for doing such a great job.
Wingstop is also honoring Terry Blanchard, a Wingstop owner who passed away last spring from COVID-19. Wingstop will be supporting scholarships for athletes of color in Terry's honor. Those scholarships to be presented at our award ceremony in June.
Coming up, the big game in the Diablo Foothill League with the two teams undefeated in league squaring off. Campo Lindo and Clayton Valley highlights are next.
And the Leland girls put their league lead on the line as the Chargers meet league rival Branham on the pitch. 49ers Cal High Sports will be right back.
We've got 6 + 1.
Wingstop for
Who ordered lunch to class? Chloe? Archie? Eleanor? Oh, so nobody will fess up? Fine. I guess I'll just have to eat it all myself. 10-piece lemon pepper with extra ranch.
Yeah, it's in there.
Awesome, thanks.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Piercy Honda, located right off Highway 880 in Milpitas, is where you will find hundreds of new and pre-owned Hondas to choose from. Low credit score, no credit, first-time buyer? No problem, Piercy Honda can help. Find us online at piercyhonda.com to search our inventory, calculate your payments, and even complete your purchase. Piercy Honda is home to great customer service, great deals, and a more convenient way to buy a new or pre-owned Honda. Go to Piercy Honda in Milpitas.
The Guzmans were about to close on a home they adored, but at the last minute, their mortgage company denied their loan because the unusual home didn't meet their usual loan requirements. Heartbroken, they turned to Tri-Counties Bank home mortgage loan specialist Vincent Pagera, specializing in custom loans for unique homes. His team quickly designed a creative solution, uniting the Guzmans and their home just in time. That's a perfect match. For personalized problem solving, switch to Tri-Counties Bank. Service with solutions.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. By the Rikes Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. By Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions. 12 locations now open in the Bay Area. And by the Serena Group, here for good.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pazine with Serena Group Real Estate, representing Palo Alto and the surrounding communities. I'm proud to support Bay Area high school sports on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
We are back with the undefeated Campo Lindo Cougars, the top team in the Bay Area, taking on Clayton Valley. Campo led by the stellar play from their senior forward, Emmanuel Callis, averaging 16 points and 7 rebounds a game.
The Ugly Eagles have a good-looking player in 6'6" junior Jeremiah Dargan, who averages 20 points a game and 7 rebounds. First place on the line in the game played Wednesday night.
The Campo Cougars undefeated and #1 in the Bay Area, hosting undefeated in league Clayton Valley. If you like mystery and exciting finishes, this game was not for you. Shane O'Reilly hits for 3 and the Cougars are on their way. Emmanuel Callis from deep, part of a 16-6 first quarter for the Cougars. Callis with the steal now, and look out below, a big-time rep for Callis. Emmanuel is having a stellar season. Here's O'Reilly again, driving to the rack. Somebody stop this guy. The Ugly Eagles trying to find an answer. This is Clayton Malik. Clayton, a nice finish for Clayton Valley there. But the Cougars relentless in this game. Justin Yasakochi driving and scoring. Here's Callis again, this time driving into the paint past his defender. And Emmanuel Callis scooping it home. Clayton Valley has an outstanding player in Jeremiah Dargan, who drives and draws the foul just before the half. A bit of a run for the Ugly Eagles in the third quarter. Dargan pulls up for a long 2, and then from the corner, it's Ramon Bailey who had 2 third-quarter three-pointers. But this one was never in doubt. Callis dishing to Cade Bennett for 3, and that's what they do. And then late in the game, having some fun, toss it over to Cole Curtis, and the senior nails the three-pointer, and the bench, including Aiden Mahaney, just love that. As Campo Lindo goes to 11-0 on the season, without a doubt the Bay Area's best team, Callis leading all scorers with 21 points.
I'm Courtney Tate, and it's senior night here at Branham High School as they look to take on the visiting Leland Chargers. Here in the first, Leland's Taylor Amara on the run, hoping to score the first point of the game, but she's chased down by Vivian Murphy before the shot is off, but the ball still loose, headed towards the goal, and 2 defenders chase it down, but finally Natalie Christensen lands on it for the big save. This matchup still scoreless now in the 21st minute. Branham hoping to score. Stella Rabago takes a shot. Melina Brush tries to finish, but goalkeeper Casey Bardell steps up, gets the save, still scoreless. Now in the 36th minute, Ruby Texera trying to score the first point, but Natalie Christensen again steps up, makes the defensive stop. She kicks it out before the shot goes up, and the score still tied at 0. Finally, here in the second, this game was all about defense. Shelby Scott heads the ball towards the goal. Natalie just all over for her 6th save of the night. This score ends in a tie 0-0, led by Christensen's 6 saves.
Fiona Young introduced with all the seniors as Miramane hosts rival Acalanes. A match off to a fast start as the pass goes in to Dana Innes in front, and Dana ignores the defender and fires it home. More mats, and again, Megan Makinich tosses into Innes, and it's 2-0 Miramonte. Miramonte expanding the lead as Mackenzie Murphy tosses up to Ali Lurie, who had a nice game for the mats, and it's 3-0. But the Dons are really good, and they fight back. Ava Donnelly, a terrific outlet pass to Claire Rowell, who had leaked out, and Claire tosses it home. Rowell headed to Cal next year. Miramonte extending its lead. Makinich from way out finds some room and fires it in. 4-1 Matt still in the first. Kate Rochios tossing now to Fiona Young. Fiona headed to Michigan next year, and she puts Miramonte up 5-1. Akalani is closing the gap in the second. Alana McCartney working hard in the hole and delivers a tough shot to make it 5-2. The Dons had some momentum right before the half, but with time running out, Shannon Murphy tosses it towards the goal, and it goes! Miramonte up 7-4 at halftime. The Dons get close in the second half. Here's Rowell ahead of the defender, pump fakes, and a hard-fought goal there. Akalani gets as close as 7-6, but Lurie more hard work in front as she battles to score here, and Miramonte wins the battle of two of the Bay Area's very best girls teams. Innes and Lurie each with 3 goals for the map. Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the Volunteer Award, part of the Lexus of Stevens Creek commitment to promoting volunteerism.
Now we have our 5 finalists who are all interviewed this week. Those interviews determine how the $10,000 in scholarship money will be divided, all courtesy of Lexus of Stevens Creek.
Coming up, back to baseball and a Mission Valley League showdown with American and Washington.
And 2 of the top teams in the East Bay League square off as San Ramon Valley meets rival Monte Vista.
Welcome back. Let's head to the Mission Valley League, where the Washington Huskies had a 1-game lead coming in.
American looking to upset Washington in the game played at Washington on Wednesday.
Allie Williams here with your highlights from American and Washington. Bottom first, Aiden Morton ropes one out of the outfield to get on. He gets to third, and now Brandon Jung at the plate. Strike 3, but it's dropped, and Jung hustles to first. Meanwhile, Morton comes diving in to put the Huskies on the board. Top of the second, runners on second and third for Lee Bai. He shoots one down the third base line, and it keeps going. Both runners score, and American takes the lead. Another chance for American, but the hard grounder goes to the speedy Aiden Morton at short. A nice scoop from Dylan Moore, and the score stays 2-1. Next inning, Noah Gilbert drives one through the gap, and the next batter, Gabe Miranda, comes up and launches it. A great diving effort by the outfielder, but it gets through. Gilbert scores from first to make it 3-1. Eagles get one more in the fourth, but bottom 4, Brandon Jung on third. Aiden Morton hits a hard one to short. The throw is off, and Aiden sprints to second. Jung scores, and it's 4-2. American breaks it open in the fifth. Bases loaded for Wyatt Burrell. He smokes one out to left center. This one will score 2, and now 2 are on for Riley Carpinetto, who follows that with the hard shot through the infield to score another. And then Lee Bai puts it in play. Second baseman gets the out at first, but Burrell has time to score. One more run after that makes it a 5 spot in the fifth. Eagles score once more in the seventh as American goes on to win this one 10-2.
The defending NCS champion San Ramon Valley taking on Monte Vista Monday night. First quarter, Nia Coleman bullying her way in. Nia gets the shot to go to put the Mustangs up 4-3. The Wolves with a 2-point lead here. Allison Stern lands the long 3-ball for her first of 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. Tied at 17 with a minute left in the first. Stern with the slide bounce pass to Natalie Pasco, drives to the hoop and lays it up. Wolves lead at 22-19 after 1. In the second, Serena Nagra to Mia Mabanog. Mia pulls up and hits the triple. The sophomore point guard bringing the energy for the Mustangs. But the Wolves' freshman point guard, Sierra Chambers, does the same for her team first, taking Stern's pass and landing the corner 3. Then the underhand shot, drawing the foul. Coach John Cristiano has some young talent. Monte Vista trying to shorten the Wolf lead before the half. Whitney Wong up top to Sarah Brands, who fights for the score. Then it's Brands passing ahead to Alexis Woodson on the fast break. 2 power steps and Alexis banks it home. San Ramon Valley leads it by 9 at the half. And the Wolves run away with the second half. Stern passes, then screens for Pasco, who lays it up and gets the foul. And here is Natalie doing it again. Count the shot, shoot the free. Natalie would lead all scorers with 30. And let's get one more SRV 3 in here. Chambers kicks it out to Annika Lupinek. Bam! Wolves score 49 in the second half to bring home head coach John Cristiano's 100th career win. 96-64, Pasco with the double-double. The Harker School honors top athletes for their work in the classroom each week. This week's Harker Scholar athlete is Aragon softball star Samantha Kennedy. Samantha also a star in the classroom with a perfect 4.0 GPA.
Brought to you by the Harker School. Junior Mark Hu made Harker history on May 11th. pitching a perfect game in the Eagles' 15-0 win over Woodside Priory, who struck out 18 of 21 batters, matching the CCS record set by Valley Christian's Patrick Whitlander in 2018. He also delivered at the plate, contributing 3 hits and a 2-run home run at Harker. Transitional kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. Coming up, the NCS Monster Game, 2 of the best baseball teams in the Bay Area, California and De La Salle. The highlights are next.
And Aragon meets Menlo Atherton in boys soccer. This is 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank.
We've all felt this gap, the distance between what is and what could be. While he's tapping into his passion, the U.S. Bank mobile app can help you tap your way to your savings goals without missing a beat, so you can feed his passion. Earplugs not included. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together.
It's understandable to feel anxious, stressed, or lonely because of COVID-19. Physical separation, your own health, and the health of friends and family can weigh heavily on you. Call a timeout on work. Get a game plan for mental wellness with crucial mental health resources from CalHope. We'll help you carry the ball. Call 1-833-317-HOPE to talk to someone who can help, or visit calhope.org. CalHope, official partner of the San Francisco 49ers.
For more than 65 years, Cupertino Electric has been delivering power and possibilities. With offices throughout California and project sites throughout the U.S., Cupertino Electric today builds renewable, commercial, utility, and data center projects for some of the most influential companies in the world. Beyond that, we are a people company. We build family, communities, and meaningful careers. Visit CEI.com today or connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, or other social sites to see our openings and join our team.
Devcon Construction is #1 in the Bay Area and Silicon Valley because of trust. 95% of our business comes from repeat customers. They know the customer is our top priority. That's why Devcon was the choice for the 49ers Stadium and for the Earthquake Stadium. Devcon was also chosen when outstanding schools like Bellarmine, the Nueva School, and Mitty wanted the very best on time and on budget. Top Bay Area companies know Devcon is the best choice whether it's new construction or renovation. Devcon Construction, helping to build the best in Silicon Valley. We're back with 2 of the very best teams in the Bay Area meeting in a 3-game series this week to decide the Contra Costa Division title in the East Bay League.
Since there aren't any NCS playoffs, these 3 games complete the baseball season, so these games are huge. We have highlights from the first game on Wednesday played at California High School in our NCS Monster Game, and our Adrian Soriano was there.
Welcome to California High School today for a big East Bay League matchup between the De La Salle Spartans and the California Grizzlies. The Spartans feature one of the best players in Northern California. That would be Blake Burke. The Tennessee commit is hitting .552 with 6 home runs and 30 runs batted in. California comes into the final week of league play with junior Raul Fabian leading the offensive attack. Raul is hitting .467 with 3 home runs and 21 RBIs. It's California and De La Salle in our NCS Monster Game. The Spartans would strike first. Anthony Martinez shoots this one to right for a base hit. Here comes Joey Donnelly, and Joey is safe at the plate. 1-0 De La Salle Spartans. Liam Little up to bat next, and Liam skies one to left field. That's deep enough to score Blake Burke, and it's 2-0 Spartans. California trying to rally in the home half, but check out Blake Burke laying out to make a terrific catch in right. Then sophomore Cal Randall gets the backwards K here. Still 2-0 Spartans after 1. De La Salle looking to add on in the 3rd inning. Blake Burke crushes this one to deep center. The ball one-hops the fence as Blake makes it to second for a double. Then Anthony Martinez drives in Blake Burke with a liner up the middle. De La Salle would tack on one more run later on, and it's 4-0 Spartans. The Grizzlies trying to chip away, but Randall once again gets the called strike 3 here. Still 4-0 De La Salle after 3. The Spartans looking for more in the next inning, but California goes Kyle Olympia to Teddy Buraz to Nick Bronzini. That's a double play. To the bottom half now, and Aiden Camberg hits a grounder up the middle for an infield single. He would later score on a ground out, and it's 4-1 Spartans. Runner on third in the 5th inning for California, but Randall gets the batter looking for strike 3 to end the Grizzlies' threat. Top 6 now, and Caleb Chance rips this one up the middle for a base hit. Nico Torres and Alec Nava comes in to score as the De La Salle Spartans win it 6-1 to go to 19-4 on the season. Cal Randall talks about what he'll miss the most after the season.
My senior teammates, man, they helped me through this. They took me under their wing, and it's just a privilege to play with them. I was really excited to play this year. COVID kind of took half of it away, but I mean, I still got the game to play and teammates to play with, so yeah.
In San Ramon with the Monster Game, I'm Adrian Soriano, 49ers Cal High Sports.
Lucas Girusso here in Atherton. It's Aragon versus Menlo Atherton on Wednesday afternoon. Just 3 minutes into the game, the Bears get their first opportunity when Rishi Siddharth heads the ball to Kolchak for the shot, but it's saved by Jack Parker, who keeps the Bears from scoring early. 8 minutes in, Alexis Villanueva feeds the through ball to Zane Stokesbury, who opens up the scoring on the night for the Dons. The Bears score on a shot less than 2 minutes later. It's 1-1 at half. Late in the second half, Stokesbury finds the ball in front of him as he rips a shot, which sneaks by the keeper to put the Dons up 2-1 with just 7 left to play. Emme looking to score late, but no success as Jack Parker's save seals the win for the Dons. Aragon takes down the first place Bears to close the gap in the Peninsula Bay League with just 3 games left to play on the season.
Coming up, back to boys hoops with Salesian and Deanza.
And the local player from Bishop O'Dowd taken in the NFL draft. Our Clover Sonoma Dairy Deja Mu segment is next.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Lexus of Stevens Creek, we get it. By Clover Sonoma, the #1 milk brand in Northern California and proud partners of the 49ers. And by Devcon Construction, build, perform, design, sustain.
Let's head out to the Tri-County Rock Division, where 3 teams come into this week with perfect league records. The Pride led by a sharp-shooting guard, Jeremiah Jones, who's been playing very well lately, I hear.
Very well. Deanza features outstanding junior guard Bryce Bashan Jr. Lots of talent on the floor as Deanza hosts Salesian on Wednesday. Deanza, Salesian, a fantastic matchup for the top of the Tri-Valley Rock Division. 2 minutes in, Angelo Torres plants his feet, swoops it under, up and in. But Jeremiah Jones was nearly perfect from the floor in the first, taking the pass from Lucky Hampton and landing the uncontested triple. Logan Coverson inbounds the pass. Hampton takes the power dribble and lands the floater. 11-10 Salesian. Bryce Bashan Jr. contemplating his next move. Anton Williams pulls up for the 3. It goes in to put the Dons on top, but Jones continues his hot streak. 11 points and 3 triples in the first quarter for Jeremiah. 19-15 Salesian after 1. Jones driving, floats it to DeMarshe Johnson Jr. Kaboom! 3 minutes to go. The Pride lead it by 7. Looking to extend it, but out of nowhere, Bashan with the denial, and then number 3 takes off. Picking up the loose ball, pulling up for the shot from far. It goes. Bryce Bashan, BB3 with 10 points in the second quarter. Back-to-back-to-back triples, and Deanza holds on to the 1-point lead at the half. In the third, Jones continues to do damage, driving from the top of the key, pulling up for the short-range J. The Salesian defense taking control in the second half. Hampton and Amani Johnson forcing the turnover for Jones to do his thing, and then even more Pride pressure, putting up a wall, knocking the ball loose. Lucky Hampton picks it up and scores. Salesian goes on to win it 64-56 behind Jones's 30-point game.
Courtney Tate here at Lee High School for a very exciting matchup against the visiting Independent 76ers. Here in the first, Luciano Caro makes the pass to Toby Flores. He knocks down the 3-ball, Sixers up 3-0. Later in the first, the ball's inbounded to Luka Joel Ewald. He spin moves to the basket, gets the layup, ties the score at 12 at the end of the first quarter. Now in the second, Independence down 3. Andre Cahiga off the hand up for 3. Beautiful shot. Scores tied at 17. The Longhorns keeping it close right here. Colin Mantle steal off 1 foot, knocks down the fadeaway. Independence up 24-23. Heading in the third, Toby Flores catches the ball down low. He muscles his way to the basket. Reverse layup. Sixers take a 41-38 lead. Now late in the third, Longhorns down 1. Gabe Gallivan drives to the lane, hits a beautiful finger roll to give Lee their first lead of the game. Longhorns up 46-35 at the start of the fourth, and Independence was on a huge run right here, down by as much as 9. But Toby Flores again driving through the lane, pulls up, hits the mid-range jumper. Game tied at 62. We're headed to overtime. Lee fighting for their lives. Here's Luca Ewalt with the steal and the monster slam. Sixers up 68-66. But Independence slipped away. Toby Flores with a beautiful dish to Kenny Chow. That will do it. Independence takes home the win 70-66, led by Cahiga and Flores, each with 21.
Time for the Be Happy Play, brought to us by DGDG.com, where you can be a happy car buyer.
This week's Be Happy Play goes to the Livermore Cowboys. Taylor Rodriguez at the plate, and she smashes it up the middle with the bases loaded in the top of the 10th inning. Everybody's going to score. 3 runs come in as the Cowboys win a thrilling extra inning victory, and they were pretty happy about it. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer. It's Deja Vu. Clover Sonoma Dairy helps us look back at high school stars now grazing in bigger fields.
This week we remember Bishop O'Dowd defensive back and wide receiver Javon Holland. Javon was taken by the Miami Dolphins in the second round of the NFL draft 2 weeks ago. Holland was great for the Dragons with 35 tackles and 5 interceptions to go along with just over 1,000 yards receiving for O'Dowd his senior season. Holland had 4 interceptions and 66 tackles in 2019. As top student athlete, Holland was one of our favorite players.
And he still is. Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. It might be this play, but we'll have to wait and see.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Reicha Center.
I'm Andrew Avila, and today's training tip is a medicine ball slam. Ella's going to reach the medicine ball up, slam it down, and land like she's landing off of a jump. Okay, so this is to replicate how you would land if you were jumping way up and landing with force. Go ahead again. If you want to progress it, you can go a split slam, you can step into it, do whatever you want to do. This is a medicine ball slam.
Lots of great plays this week, but the Service by Medallion Play of the Week always goes to the play we thought was the best of the best.
Our Adrian Soriano
Adrian is doing it?
Yes, he is.
Is it? You think he'll scream?
I think so.
You can count on it.
And first he will count down the contenders and then name the best play from this past week.
We start off with Samik Singh from Fremont leaping up high to make a sparkling catch. Here's Campolindo's Emmanuel Karras with a one-handed rip. That was nice. Here's Hannah Kramer from Amador Valley making the catch, then fires a strike at the plate to nab the runner and keep the game tied. The play of the week goes to DeMarshe Johnson Jr. from Salesian. DeMarshe throwing down the alley-oop. Let's see it in slow-mo. Look at that slamma-jamma. DeMarshe, you just won Play of the Week.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Brownstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Join us next week. We will meet the St. Francis softball players who have been playing together for most of their career and now rank as one of the best teams in the state. We will see you then.